that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby, make it clear. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall.
You know what it is. Rest in peace to the late Notorious B.I.G. You know what it is. Your boy Lex Anderson, Situation Corner, which means you've entered the Sports Opinion Log. Greetings and salutation, YouTube community. It's your boy, once again speaking, Lex Anderson. We are here in the building live and direct from New York City, and we're going to talk about something that I love to talk about all the time. But first, don't forget that this video is sponsored by my hair company at celebrityhaircore.com. Fellas, if you want your girl to look like the best in the game, check us out online at celebrityhaircore.com for our grade 10A diamond level virgin human hair bundles. With Celebrity Hair Core, we make you look like the hashtag CHC star you are, or more like she is. Speaking of stars, what's my favorite topic? All stars? Superstars. Last night, there was a superstar. Not in the sky, but on the court. His name was Kevin Durant, and he pretty much dismantled the San Antonio Spurs, who I hate very much, first and foremost. LA, Laker Nation, all day, every day. You know how we do, 24/7, folks. It does not stop. Okay, Durant, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. He was all over the place. Dropped 14 straight points. Final score, 110-107. And that, my friends, is a superstar versus an all-star. Okay, see? Superstars being PG-13 and Melo. Kevin Durant, Otherworld. Superstar. There's a reason why he's with the Warriors. There's a reason why the Warriors signed him. Because as we know, Curry's right ankle has been flaring up many a time this season, and Klay Thompson just really isn't that guy with that killer instinct to put a team over. But let's go into the stats real quick. Draymond Green, triple-double with 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Warriors are 22-0 when Draymond Green has a triple-double. Too bad OKC can't respond like that whenever Westbrook drops one of his gems of a triple-double, blessing us with his acrobatic skill, his grace, and his power, and his intensity. But let's talk about Klay Thompson for a minute. He only had 13 points, which means he had one more bucket than Draymond Green, and there was no Curry. I pretty much watched the game from the second half on, and saw Durant carry the team. So, you know, it makes me wonder, when you have Klay and Curry, they're called the Splash Brothers, but when Curry's not playing, what do you call it when it's Durant with Klay Thompson? I would call it solo dolo brother, because Durant put the Warriors on his back and led them to victory. The same Durant that averaged 35 points in the finals. The Warriors will move as he moves, folks. And I don't have to be the prophet and proclaim this. It's right there for you to see. But what I will proclaim is OKC. I gotta bash them. They beat the Phoenix Suns last night. But who really cares? The Suns haven't even won 20 games this season. Melo, 4 for 11 with 11 points. He's not even playing at an all-star level. And I don't want to hear how he's washed up. You know, I saw the highlights or the lowlights earlier in the week when Harden was torching Melo and he's crying for help on defense. You know, it's a shame. You would think that when you're giving someone millions of dollars, they would improve on areas that they're weak in. You're kind of too old to be crying for help on the weak side every time James Harden is Euro stepping over you and around you and through you. It's pathetic, honestly. You know, and, you know, I listed OKC to be top 3, top 5. They're again, fighting for a playoff spot. They're pathetic. Like, honestly, Unless they move up to top 5, it's a waste of a season. Unless they get to a conference finals, it's a waste of a season. So as long as they make the postseason, anyone and anything is fair game. But this regular season, unless they move up, it's pretty much a wash. It's like disgusting. Speaking of Rockets, they're going to be in Canada, which means one of 2 things. Drake will be there, front row, on the court, best seats in the building, probably by himself, or he'll bring his lint brush as his date, which he's done when the Raptors have been in the playoffs. So the Rockets are entering Toronto with a 17-game win streak. The Raptors have a modest 6-game win streak. Let's see, should I go out on a limb and be the prophet and declare that the Raptors and their extraordinary bench will upset the Houston Rockets? Nah, I think not. However, the Raptors did have that impressive comeback victory in overtime, 121-119, over the Detroit Pistons, which makes me beg the question, why does Stan Van Gundy still have a job as a head coach in the NBA? Maybe it's because of nepotism. Is it because his brother is in the broadcast booth? Is that what keeps him employed as a head coach when there are so many African-American former head coaches who could really use that position? Folks, let's make it clear. I need and want the Pistons to get that 8th seed. You know what? Alter ego, the prophet, he's coming out right here, right now, that the Pistons will secure the 8th spot. Because I like what I saw from the Pistons. But they blew the lead. Serge Ibaka got ejected. It was a winnable game. But because of Stan Van Gundy's horrendous play calling, they wound up losing that game in overtime. And you best believe, I've already declared that Blake Griffin's career is over since his career was over when the Clippers renewed his contract anyway. But then they traded him to the Pistons. There's really no hope except to make the playoffs, make some noise, and let people see you. Because I'm a fan, but if you really want me to watch your games, I need you in the playoffs. Because that's where it matters most. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I think the Rockets are going to beat the Raptors in their home. And people keep talking to me at work, in the streets, Mr. Fifth Avenue. That's where you can find me on Twitter, #TST. What do you think about the Raptors? Can you tell me the last time the Raptors won a playoff series? People look at me, and I look back at them. I think they won one like maybe 2-3 seasons ago. They lose all of their game ones. Don't buy it. And don't buy the Houston Rockets either. I keep telling them CP3, aka CP0. Never been to a conference final. James Harden still collapses in big crunch time. Not even crunch time. He collapses in big playoff games. I've seen him do it. They did it against the Clippers. Remember a couple of seasons ago? And again, I still have to hold him to the fire for his averaging of 6 points in the finals against the big 3 of Wade, LeBron, and Bosh. Like, come on, folks. Let's not get it twisted. These guys have proven nothing. The NBA playoffs is a different animal. It's different territory than the regular season. They could win 20, 25 games. That does not come with the Larry O'Brien trophy. Until you hear the words, and the Golden State Warriors have been eliminated from the playoffs, ain't a damn thing changed. And Durant showed, as long as he's still playing, coursing cats over at the top of the key, nailing jumpers, draining threes, and blocking shots, it's still the Warriors who are the defending NBA champions. And until further notice, I will treat it as such. Take it for how you want to take it. Okay, what else do I have here that I want to talk about real quick? I saw something on Twitter about the Timberwolves. Okay, reality check, folks. I live in reality. Yes, stats are my sword and shield, and the truth. And the truth is, people need to stop treating Derrick Rose as if he's the MVP from yesteryear. Derrick Rose, folks, is an injury-prone, washed-up point guard that has to continue playing because he has so much money left on his contract that he has no choice. I'm sure If Derrick Rose could walk away from his Adidas money and his NBA guaranteed contract, I'm sure he would. But he has to play. He has to keep getting injured to fulfill the contract. Don't expect anything from Derrick Rose. He has nothing more to offer. Except, alleviating cap space for another team. But his career is over. You're not going to get that MVP. That guy is dead, gone and buried under the malady of injuries that he suffered. And speaking of suffered, Jimmy Butler, right? He's the reason why Derrick Rose is there in the first place. They're trying to treat it like some type of reunion with Tibbs. Isn't Tibbs the one who ran Derrick Rose into the ground anyway? With his hard practices and having him play an average of 35 to 40 minutes a game? Like, what kind of madness is this? And speaking of madness, which will be my final talk about this conversation, people are looking for Andrew Wiggins to step up. Don't bother looking. He's not coming. When you give someone like Andrew Wiggins 5 years at $150 million, he's set for life. What does he have to prove? That he could do more, drop some double-doubles? Team player, yeah. Leader, no. Superstar, no. All-star? Well, I guess if he's been in an all-star. Hell, I can't even recall if he's been in an all-star. I guess so, for him to get 5 years at $150 million. But then again, the NBA will give anyone who's 6'10 and over $50 to $80 million to begin with. So you tell me, let me know. Expect nothing from Andrew Wiggins. He has nothing to offer. Are the Timberwolves even in contention? I should have looked this up. I just made my notes to bash Andrew Wiggins and Derrick Rose. That's all I've got, really. But I'll do some more homework. I will be back later. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Please make sure, if you want to stay in the know of the Sports Opinion Log, do the right thing while you're here. Press the subscribe button to your right. And when you come back, drop a thumbs up for your boy. If you're on Facebook, you can find me at the Sports Opinion Log on Facebook. Or again, at Mr. Fifth Avenue on Twitter, #TST. I'm dropping my knowledge, I'm retweeting, I'm out there amongst the people, finding out what's going on. And speaking of going on, it's time to do what I do best. Laker Nation, LA all day, every day. You know how we do. We're on the come up, baby. Our time will be coming. Oh, and you know what? Final note on that. LeBron James, I'm reading, has narrowed his selection down to 4 teams. One of those 4 teams is actually the Cavaliers. Take them out of there. We know where this is headed. And I don't even have to be the prophet to declare that LeBron James will, for the second time, be leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers. And speaking of leaving, I think my laundry's done. This is your boy Lex Anderson. Thanks for tuning in. I'm signing out.